Oh, spillage, spillage, spillage. Morning, Trainiacs. It is the day before half-ironman Coeur D'Alene. Let's get psyched up. All right, there we go. By popular demand, we did this last year before half-ironman Campeche, where day before the race, I just have you and me sit down heart to heart, uncut for 8 minutes, kind of let you know what I'm talking about. Helps me save a little bit of time so I can get ready for the race tomorrow. Now I gotta start out by saying, by the time you watch this, at about noon on Sunday, the first day that this gets published, the Kickstarter campaign for the Team Trainiac training platform is over. Thank you so much to everyone who has backed it already. Like, we are 12 times what I thought we were gonna get. We've raised almost $30,000 Canadian. Like, this is immense. Thank you all so much. If you want to get in on that and get a discount on the training platform when it comes out, there will be a link in the description below to this. So let's talk about what our plans are for the race. Now, I wrote down a couple of ideas of what we got to talk about here. So number one, if you want to follow me, everyone always asks, what's your bib number? It's bib number 215. Best way to follow is the Ironman Tracker app. There are a whole bunch of fake ones out there. It's a free one. So if there's anything that you've got to pay for, that's not it. Go and download the Ironman Tracker app, and bib number 215 has all of the up-to-date updates. That sounds right. Now let's talk about the race plan. The plan, based off of the Olympic race that I did a couple weeks ago, is to go out in the swim, go really hard for the first 300, 400 meters, get on some ideally fast feet, kind of situate myself around the 27-minute swimmers, and if I can get on their feet and hang on for a little while, get dragged along, good. If I can't and they swim away, I got open water, all good, because what I'm targeting is about a 1:30 per 100 meter time, and I'm assuming there's going to be a little bit of zigzagging, so over the course of 1,950 meters, we're looking at about a 30-minute half-Ironman swim. The bike, I'm really not sure what I'm capable of. According to Best Bike Split, which really proved itself to be inaccurate last year, I'm hoping for around a 2:30 bike split. That's a big question mark. There's a lot of hills. However, biking has been going pretty well. The run, I'm looking for about a 1:35. What I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna be pacing myself for a 1:35, which is a 4:30 per kilometer, which is like a 7-minute mile. Instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pace myself for about a 4:20 to 4:25 per kilometer. And then as I go through aid stations about maybe 3-4 times throughout the race, if I start feeling my form start breaking down, I'll walk for 20 real purposeful steps, kind of reset my brain, and that 20 steps is going to really bring down my time, but it's going to allow me to regroup and run with good form for the rest of the race. So hopefully between running a little bit faster than that 4:30 pace and then being able to slow down while not losing a ton of time so that I can run well towards the end of the race, hopefully a 1:35 half marathon, which gets you to a 4:35 half Ironman, add about 5 minutes for screw ups, drop chain, mechanical, transition. Nothing has gone right in I haven't had a single half Ironman where everything has gone right. So assume that there's a mistake, gets me to about a 4:40. I think if everything goes really well, we're hoping for a 4:40 time. But my previous personal best is a 4:46. So anywhere under 4:46, I am elated. But I don't know, I've stopped pinning my hopes and dreams to a certain time, because as I found out in Campeche, sometimes the hot weather won't allow for it. It's going to be blazing hot tomorrow, like high 80s. Sometimes the course won't allow for it, like all the turns that we're in Austin won't allow for it. So I kind of just want to plan for the best case scenario, but whatever happens, happens. As long as I can execute the race, I'll be happy. Now, hashtag real talk here. Am I nervous? I wouldn't say I'm nervous, but I do feel pressure. And I think I feel that more this year because of how many messages I've gotten with people saying that they're rooting for me, and that's extremely motivating. And I know from what happened last year that all of those messages are push me to keep going and not walk and fight as hard as I can when it gets hard. But I also, I want to do well for you all. I want to have a good race to show you that hard work can pay off, and I feel pressure because of that, but it's a good pressure. Like it makes me focus. It makes me focus on the process. It makes me stay calm as opposed to getting nervous and jittery, to just kind of take everything step by step and think less about myself and any anxiety or nerves that I might have, and more about, I don't know, how this is less about me and more about us, if that makes sense. So yeah, am I nervous? A little bit, but it's more of a pressure nerves. It's more of a focus nerves. All that said, this is an awesome town. I've got to say thanks so much to Phil and Cindy for housing Kim and I, amazing host. The CDA Tri Club, it was amazing how welcoming you were of me at the dinner last night, and everyone that reached out and said hi while I was checking in yesterday. Thank you so much. All of that is extremely motivating. It makes coming to these races the best part about what we do, because in Winnipeg we're pretty isolated, and I don't really feel that connection when all I'm doing is talking to a camera. But when I can come here and see all the people who do watch these videos, that is the part of the pressure, but that's also the part of what makes these races really special. So I think we're at 7 minutes right now, and I wanted to get it in under 8. Thank everyone that has been a part of this race, housing, Tri Club, allowing me to train, pros that I've met, volunteers, the community. Coeur d'Alene is a very open, welcoming place. And thanks to all the Trainiacs for everything you do. Follow me on Ironman Tracker, number 215. Link to the Kickstarter is in the description below. Later, Trainiacs. Let's